What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Untitled Capital, and welcome to the video. In this video, we're talking all about the stocks on my watch list right now that I think are on sale. As we know, we got a red day for some of our favorite stocks, specifically MindMed and Lightlink, but as we know, red days do present potential buying opportunities. So of course we were taking a look at those, did pick up a bit of both, and yeah, let's get straight into the video. I just want to talk about the stocks that dipped today, the markets overall, how I'm feeling about things. Is there a crash on the horizon? Spoiler alert, I don't really think so, but of course I could be wrong. But anyways, let's get straight into it. And last but not least, I did want to say that we will be dropping some interesting videos tomorrow. One video in the morning about a new electric vehicle stock, along with finally we get to drop our introductory video to Core One Labs. So Core One Labs, we're going to be working with them, doing multiple videos. We've already interviewed their CEO. We'll be dropping that CEO interview. Anyways, it's a really interesting psychedelic company that has a really unique technology, which is biosynthesized psilocybin. So basically made in a lab for a fraction of the price, with hopes of supplying a lot of the psychedelic companies right now for their clinical trials. And that's just one aspect of their business. They do have three different aspects when it comes to their business. So take a look at the video. It will be dropping tomorrow morning. I'm really excited about it, guys. Of course, I'm excited to always be talking about new companies. And a big thank you and shout out to all of our sponsors and anyone who sponsors videos for Untitled Capital. But anyways, like I said, let's get straight into the video. Last but not least, of course, if you do support me, the channel, and all the videos, then kindly explode that like button. It takes just 1 second every time, and it helps my channel and my videos so very much, along with cashing that subscribe button and hitting the bell for notifications on future videos, new and exciting companies, interviews, and all of the other stuff and all of the other content that we drop here at Untitled Capital daily. So guys, without further ado, let's get into it, and let's start with comment of the day. So Timothy's up, I want to win some Lightlink merch, and that's a new one for me. I'll see if I could eventually get Lightlink merch. They will be renamed to TechX, but they did dip today. We were buying the dip, and we will be talking about that later on. I did want to bring up this other comment. Anomaly, if I could criticize one thing about your videos, it's comment of the day section. Nothing wrong with it, but I skip over it every time. Maybe do separate vids only answering comments, questions, or something. Just a thought. Other than that, great content, and I do appreciate your feedback, good or bad, and you said it in a really nice way. I will be continuing to do comment of the day, just because for the most part I answer the comments like this as opposed to actually answering them, physically going to answer them. I will get back to actually answering comments. I've just been trying to delegate time, and I found that what I have to do is time block like an hour, a couple times a week to answer comments, as opposed to hours, because I felt like it was hours upon hours of answering comments. Now that is one thing that I do think as a YouTube creator, doesn't matter how big your following is, you should be answering comments one way or another. This is my way of showing you guys that I care, answering the comments, but at the same time, I can physically like and answer comments and type them up myself. So I'm trying to juggle that, and I will get back to actually answering comments, via the keyboard. But this is my way of saying I appreciate your comments. So any thoughts on Madison Innovations? That is one stock that I bought today. So that pretty much is self-explanatory. DC Psych Sector and PMs did well today. Thanks, buddy. JP Rowe, yes, what a day. Loading up on silver, paid off today. Had mulled over selling some gold stocks that were lagging and decided to pull the trigger after someone I know did the same. Yes, I did. Watch for close above 28.80. We are hopefully getting closer to that, to breaching that $30 mark, and I think, yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm looking for silver to break 30. So, GR, you think Pure Extracts pull can be the next MindMed? I'm not too sure about that, but the charts are looking pretty good. That's one stock that I was looking at today. What's next? This stock looks like it's ready to start its next move upwards. We got another pullback today, and I was talking about how the charts look pretty interesting. Eternal Ponder, platinum correlates 2 times more than gold and silver to inflation. That's some pretty interesting information. Of course, I'd want to look that up. Teresa Mitchell, you may get your opportunity to buy more silver. It's option expiration tomorrow, and the March contract rolls over on Thursday. These two events greatly motivate the banksters to smash the price. We're going in the right direction, though, so that would be interesting. I'd be pretty happy if we get some recovery for MindMed and Lightlink, and of course suppressed prices for gold and silver just for a little bit longer, just so that I can buy the dip and accumulate some shares. Tesla dropped because sales in China were down 70% last month. Cyber World 7 has a video on it, so thank you so much for that, Sheldon. Be cool. Tesla went sideways for several months before taking off. No concern for MindMed here. And Power went 7x over the Rexall news. Also, there's a lot of crypto stocks left to leverage on that. Haven't exploded yet. Gotta dig around a bit. So thanks a lot for all of those comments, guys. I think we pretty much answered them all, and if I didn't get to all your comments today, then I appreciate that, guys. So now let's quickly get into the markets, what happened. We did see a massive sell-off this morning for a lot of our favorite stocks. So let's see what the quick little commentary was. So the S&P snapped its 5-day losing streak Tuesday as big tech paired losses, shrugging off jitters about rising inflation, while value stocks continue to rack up gains amid a favorable economic backdrop as progress continued on rolling out another round of stimulus. So my personal prediction right now in the markets is that people are kind of rebalancing their portfolios. It's looking like they're selling growth and going into value. I do, however, think that if you're one of those people who believe that the market's going to tank, I don't think that we're there yet. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get that round of stimulus. People are going to go out, they're going to buy their favorite stocks, growth stocks. We're going to see some massive, almost melt up in terms of the markets, maybe even a potential breakout. So I am bullish on the indexes going forward into at least Q2 and Q3. However, going into 2022 or later on this year, I do think we'll get some kind of actual pullback, actual correction. I think that the fun's not over yet, but we're seeing signs of potentially a shaky market. However, I'm still, full on bull mode. And that's why I want to look at, maybe potentially dividend stocks, some value stocks, of course, gold and silver stocks closer to the end of this year, or at least in Q2, probably more so Q3. But once again, that's just my opinion, guys. So let's see what happened on Wall Street. The Nasdaq closed down 0.5%. It was down over 2% today. The S&P was down. The S&P up 4 points and the Dow up 15 points or 0.05%. So let's quickly see what's happening for Tesla. Tesla closed below 700, and it has been pulling back. By the looks of it, we're going to run into some support, probably somewhere in the mid $600 level. What's been kind of annoying is, okay, we've been getting a pullback in some of these growth stocks, but Tesla's been pulling back, and I feel like that's been shaking up things and causing pullbacks in other companies. Let's face it, I've said for the longest time that Tesla needed to cool off a little bit. I think this sell-off is justified. What I want to see, though, is some of this money pour into the more speculative stocks or even the psychedelic sector. That would be awesome. That's just me being hopeful. So what do we got here, guys? What do we got here? So let's take a look at gold and silver. So we did get a pullback in gold and silver today. Gold held its ground a lot better than silver. Gold was down $2.9 per ounce or 0.16%. Silver, on the other hand, down 1.26% to $27.73. We'll see if we get further declines tomorrow, and I'm hoping, I hate to say this for all my gold bulls, but I hope the gold does not hold 1,800. I want to buy gold in the low 1700s, not physical gold, but gold stocks, gold miners, the large cap gold miners. One stock that fell quite substantially today that I'm looking to pick up for dividends is Jaguar Mining, down 7.62%. This stock is now trading for $8.61. We were almost at $11, or we were at $11.30 not that long ago. It's yielding 3.47%. Massive ownership by Eric Sprott. If we can get back into the sevens, this is one stock that I want to pick up and hold for the long term. Just tremendous dividend on this stock. It's very similar to B2 Gold. So B2 Gold's another, gold dividend stock on my watch list, down 4.23%, yielding 3.39%. I just think that this is crazy that we can get mid threes in terms of percentage, 3.3, 3.5 for gold focused stock with, in my opinion, lots of upside, especially for what's happened with gold, the way it's performed, the environment that we're in. So now let's take a quick look at Kitco. We've got a couple headlines. I'm going to spend just a couple minutes on gold. Gold treads water despite Powell's easy money stance. Gold futures prices are trading a bit lower in midday US trading Tuesday, and we're seeing a modest downside correction after good gains Monday. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's remarks to U.S. lawmakers today contained no surprises, and the metal markets showed little reaction. Frank Holmes is back on. Ether Bitcoin take huge price hits. Should you be worried? Frank Holmes gives an analysis. So I think we've seen this incredible volatility when something is disruptive. Think about Tesla. Tesla has the DNA of volatility, as Bitcoin and Ethereum. In fact, Ethereum is more volatile than Bitcoin, like silver is more volatile than gold. Whenever something is disruptive, like when digital money is coming into the market full throttle this year, it's going to have these naysayers and early adopters. So this volatility in terms of crypto is nothing new to people who have even just simply watched crypto. So no one talks about, when it goes up 5%, 10%, day after day after day after day. But as soon as it corrects or crashes a little bit, everyone's freaking out. And that's what always happens. So this is not really anything new. This is a really interesting article to read, though. Gold or Bitcoin, two assets that can coexist as gold retakes its safe haven status. According to DigiX co-founder Sean, I don't know how to say that last name, Didier, gold and Bitcoin will outperform a lot of asset classes this year, noting surging demand for inflation hedge assets amid massive money printing and currency debasement fears. We are unlikely to see everyone in the world cured and borders reopen for tourism this year. That means that more uncertainty is still ahead. I would not be surprised to see a severe market correction toward the end of the year. Complete economic recovery will take longer than 4 years. And I swear I did not read this article before I talked about that. So I'm hoping to make some pretty nice gains here in Q2 and Q3, and then midway through Q3 into Q4, I will pretty much be going full on defensive mode. So I really hope that strategy works out. I really hope that, my timing is good. That's strictly just my strategy, my timing. I will probably raise more cash going into at least Q3. I'm not, saying I'm pulling out of the market, but having a little more cash towards the end of this year might not be a bad idea. I do feel like there still will be, one or two more really interesting rallies. The markets should stay afloat on stimulus, but I don't think that the party is going to last forever. The music will stop or, pause at some point. Gold still looks good as Fed underestimates inflation pressures. While bond yields can move higher in the near term, he added that because of all the U.S. debt government has racked up trying to support the economy. Devastated by this global illness, the sell-off in the bond market is not sustainable. Windmill explained the debt now represents 133% of U.S. GDP. The growing government debt is a looming problem that will have to be dealt with. If bond yields continue to rise, the government could have a difficult time meeting its obligations. So that's why I think that we're getting there, close to a bottom for gold. Of course, if yields continue to rise for the short term, gold probably will continue to fall. 1,700 is my target for gold. I will be buying up positions in gold like crazy if we get there. So fingers crossed, in the short term we go to 1,700 for gold and then hopefully up from there. So let's take a look at some of our favorite mining stocks, and this is our mining watch list. It's pretty substantial. Gatos Silver having a tremendous day, up another 8.09% to over almost $21. We did, however, see Trillium Gold Reserve, Aftermath Silver, Silvercrest Metals managed to stay in the green. Fosterville South, Silver Elephant, Discovery Metals closed flat, and we did get a bunch of decliners, notably Silver Bear, Jaguar Mining, Silver One, Reina Silver, Northern Dynasty Minerals. So a lot of these companies, I'm getting really excited about buying. Fury actually pulled back as well, down 6%. So Impact Silver, Kinross Gold, Kirkland Lake Gold. I'm excited on these red days, guys. Wasn't buying any mining stocks today, but I love to see them continue to drop, and I can't wait to swoop in for those hopefully awesome prices. So now let's talk about some growth stocks. And first, we're going to talk about MindMed. So MindMed did do some recovering today, still closed down 7.87%. Momentum has been fading, you could say, within this stock, and we did get the interview pushed back to tomorrow. So after tomorrow, when I interview JR in the afternoon, I hope to have something for you guys. I understand that, busy schedules, sometimes we've had to reschedule multiple interviews this week, not just for MindMed. But one thing I liked is the fact that it held on to 420. I think 420 is a very significant level, and we can see we bounced off of that twice, not off of 420, sorry, 1, 2, 3 times. We bounced off of roughly 427. Now that's just on the daily chart, but hopefully, MindMed can make some support above 420. That's really what I'm looking for. And as we know, it just takes one good day to be back into the fives. So that's not a big move for MindMed. We did open the day. If we look what happened here, MindMed briefly gapped down 20 cents or 10 to 20 cents and then absolutely fell off a cliff down to 377 and then skyrocketed back up to 450-ish, and we closed at 445, and we actually had a decently strong close for once. So that was nice to see. So overall, I did buy the dip on MindMed in the 420s, 430s. So just picked up a few more shares, and we'll see what happens, guys. So that's my commentary for MindMed. Lightlink, on the other hand, had an interesting day, kind of all over the place. Closed at the lowest level of the day at 50 cents. I do feel like we're going to see some pretty decent support here at 50 cents. Lightlink remains my one play on crypto, and I have been substantially buying, this stock throughout the course of, the last little while. We bought the dip here at 50 cents, bought the dip in the mid 50s, bought the dip in the low 50s, just accumulating, a comfortable position in this company, looking forward to some news over the next couple weeks. Now, let's look at a few more companies. What happened to the other growth stocks that we follow a lot? So Else Nutrition down 0.82%, held on pretty well. TAT dropped 7.41% to $5. So TAT is cooling off after reaching, fresh all-time highs. One stock that does look very interesting is Next Innovations, dropping yet again another 8% to $3.50. What I'll be watching for is to see if Next puts in a higher low here. I would say $3 looks like support, but if we can put in, let's say some support around 320 to 350, I think that would look even more bullish. Gold Mountain did close their private placement today. I believe it was 10 million. The stock closed down 1.72%. This is another one that's looking pretty interesting, although it's consolidating right around $1. So this is also, although a gold stock, I'm not ready to buy just yet, but that is on my watch list. And then last but not least, guys, Core One closing down 10.26%. So this one did pull back, and yeah, I gotta say I like these prices right around $1. Core One is looking pretty nice. It had a little bit of a run all the way up to about $1.48. Now we're pulling back to right around $1. I do like what I see for Core One. Two more stocks and that's it. Modest Innovations, this is one stock that I did add today. Down 10.58%. I said I'd buy it if it goes below 50 cents. I said I'd buy it if it goes below 50 cents. Here we're at 46.5, so that was one that I added in the last stock. And I almost forgot. I finally had a chance to add Cybin to the portfolio, and it closed down 10.5% at $1.70, but we saw this really nice, almost 30% slide in Cybin over the past month. This was one that I wanted to add. There's just a couple companies in the psychedelic sector that I want to own. MindMed, of course, being number one. Then we've got Core One, Cybin, Modest Innovations, Field Trip Health. I liked it. Now I think it's too expensive. Red Light Holland's an interesting speculative play. I'd still love to learn more. And then maybe Compass or Atai when they do finally IPO. But for now, kind of just on the sidelines, I'd pick MindMed over Compass. And that's why I haven't really been that bullish on Compass. However, Compass has been outperforming MindMed quite substantially. Although it was down 10% today, it did have a really nice run all the way up to the high 50s, 57 actually. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. If you think the market's going to crash, whatever, let me know in the comments. And always remember, Departures Capital and Departures Stocks are for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.